So lads, the WNBA have done it. They have done it. They have officially fined Sophie Cunningham every podcast.
Sophie Cunningham just dropped a bombshell that makes the WNBA look more than a little desperate. She claims the league is hitting her with fines every time she speaks out, not for fights or on-court fouls, but for something as simple as podcasts and TikTok videos. Yep, you heard that right. Which raises the real question, are these fines meant as punishment, or are they just fueling her publicity? Cunningham, who wasn't exactly a household name before this season, has suddenly become one of the most talked about women in WNBA history. And the crazy part? It's not because of her play on the court, but simply because she's picking up her MIC and speaking her mind online.
Officially, 3 for 3 on being fined by the WNBA.
Holy sh! For this? For the pod? Again?
They didn't like my comments on Paige Becker's.
No way!
I didn't even say anything bad.
On the quick.
She's admitted it herself, 3 for 3 on WNBA fines. And the kicker? She's not even upset. She's laughing. Why? Because every fine only fuels her fame, her marketability, and ultimately, her bank account. The league may think they're silencing her, but in reality, every penalty is just another paycheck in disguise. And what triggered the latest fine? All she said was, Paige Buchers has a good whistle. That's it.
Yes, do not get me wrong. I think, I think she's a hell of a player and, would love to play with her one day. But those refs were giving her every freaking whistle last night. You literally couldn't touch her. Couldn't touch her. And
that's it. That's the crime. In today's WNBA, a simple compliment about Paige Buchers' ability to draw fouls will run you $200, $300, even $500. Forget flagrant elbows. Forget hard body checks. Forget star players getting shoved in the face. None of that draws the league's line. But Sophie praising Paige's whistle? Suddenly, that's unforgivable. And here's where it borders on comedy. Angel Reese can sit at a podium and flat out say Caitlin Clark gets a special whistle, no fine. Kelsey Plum can stop an entire press conference to rip into the refs, no fine. Stephanie White can blow up over her players nearly body slamming Clark, still no fine. But Sophie Cunningham? All she does is say Paige Buchers draws a good whistle, and the league treats it like she just committed a felony.
last night, you literally couldn't touch her. Couldn't touch her. And that shit is so annoying to me. And if you're gonna do that, then give it to our guards. I just hate
It's selective. It's targeted. And it's obvious. Sophie knows exactly what's happening. She's being set up as the league's example, their so-called problem child. But here's the twist, she's the one winning. Take her first fine, $400. She gets ejected, slapped with the penalty, and overnight she's the WNBA's new villain. What happens next? Her jersey sells out. Her TikTok following rockets from 300K to over 1 million. Brands start knocking. People who never even watched the WNBA suddenly know her name. That $400 fine? It turned out to be the best marketing investment she's ever made. Then came fine number 2. Then came another fine, a few $100 this time, for TikTok content. And what happened? The exact same thing. Millions of views. Hundreds of thousands of new followers. Bigger deals. Even more exposure. Sophie laughed it off, saying, "Okay, you got it, bud." She's cracked the code. The league fines her, she pays a small fee, and in return her brand skyrockets. This isn't punishment. It's not a setback. It's a business model.
Talking about our first week, what people had to say. Well, the WNBA fined me for talking about the refs.
No!
Everyone's like, what is going on with the refs? And I'm like, I don't know. And you finding me $500 is not going to do shit.
You got fined for episode 1?
Dude, they fined me $1,500. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is just the beginning. It's like, you're kidding.
Oh, way. it's cool for the pod, but that's kind of a bummer. Do they put like, this is why you're being fined and this is why it's this much? Or is it like, hey, quit talking shit on us, Venmo us like $1,500?
No. What happens is they email our GM. She pulls me aside and she goes, come here, Soph, I have to talk to you. And this was in like front of everybody. And I was like, what did I do now? And she just smiled and she goes, hey, they're gonna fine you again. I was like, I even told them, I even credited them that their job was hard.
Like, I'm not saying that your job is easy.
I did say that, and I said that I would not be good at it. Like, look at the whole picture. What are we doing?
And then I'll get fined for that, and then I'll get fined for this, and then the fines continue. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the WNBA just keeps digging itself deeper. Here's the problem, fines are supposed to sting. They are meant to hit a player's wallet hard enough to shut them up. But with Sophie Cunningham, it's the opposite. These fines don't hurt her, they supercharge her. She's flipping minor penalties into massive wins, outsmarting the league at its own game. The irony writes itself, if the WNBA really wanted to punish her, they'd stop fining her. No fines mean no viral clips mean fewer brand deals. But the league can't resist flexing its authority, and every time they do, Sophie cashes in, and then there's Paige Bueckers. This is where the hypocrisy hits peak levels. Paige has been made untouchable, guarded by a fan base that's downright unhinged. These are the same fans who cheer when Sophie gets hurt, who idolize Bria Hartley just because of an old run-in with Sophie, and who spend their days swarming anyone who dares to criticize their queen. And the league? They protect Paige at all costs. She literally shoved Sophie twice in a game, yet Sophie was the one whistled for the fouls. Think about that, Paige shoves, the whistle blows, and Sophie gets punished. You couldn't script something more embarrassing.
Why? They are not protecting their players. Nobody's going to watch this if you're not protecting your star player. You're not protecting your players, period. But particularly your star players. No one's going to watch this. People are watching it because of Caitlin Clark, and then even more because of Sophie Cunningham. And if you're going to just hang them out to dry, then, good heavens. And then what? Reese is out. Angel Reese is out too. Is she coming back to WNBA? That's a big question. Nobody's going to watch this anymore because they don't protect their players. It's a worthless organization. They have no idea how to protect their players. But, oh man, they're going to bitch and moan. Well, you better pay us the money. For what? You can't even protect your star players that draw the eyeballs. Now nobody's watching. Nobody's going to watch to see the star players sitting out with injuries because of poor treatment and poor officiating on the sides. Nobody's going to watch that. That's so dumb. I hate it because, man, they had a hot...
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the league's brightest star, can get her eye poked, walk away holding her face, and somehow she's the one hit with a technical foul. That's the level of officiating we're seeing. Paige Bueckers can shove opponents, jaw at referees, throw her hands in the air, and nothing happens. But Sophie Cunningham? All she does is say Paige has a good whistle, and suddenly the league is cutting her checks disguised as fines. This isn't about protecting the game. It's not about fairness or professionalism. It's about control, favoritism, and blatant double standards. Caitlin, the player single-handedly keeping WNBA ratings alive, gets hammered every game. She's grabbed, shoved, even outright mugged, and somehow the fouls still go against her. Remember when she literally got her eye poked? She's holding her face in pain, and the whistle still goes against her. That's not star protection. That's negative star protection. Meanwhile, Sophie gets fined for complimenting Paige, and Paige's fans lose their minds. They cheer when Sophie gets hurt, defend Paige like she's some hybrid of LeBron James and Taylor Swift, and flood social media with the wildest takes imaginable. And the league? They love it. Paige drives clicks, so she gets protection. Sophie drives controversy, so she gets fines, but here's the kicker, Sophie is winning. Every fine becomes a viral TikTok. Every headline spreads her name beyond the WNBA bubble. Every insult from Paige's fans boosts her following. Instead of silencing her, the league is building her brand for free. She doesn't need billboards or ad campaigns. The WNBA and Paige's fan base are doing the marketing for her. Every fine, every negative clip, every chorus of boos is pure gold, and Sophie keeps cashing in. Meanwhile, the WNBA keeps stumbling over itself, trying to project fairness while proving the exact opposite. Because you can't have a system where one superstar is untouchable while another gets punished just for speaking, and expect fans, media, and creators not to notice even casual viewers are catching on. The league's credibility takes a hit with every game, and the media isn't helping. Too often, reporters covering teams like the Fever act more like PR representatives than journalists, downplaying injuries, laughing along, and ignoring blatant bias. But fans aren't blind. They see the favoritism, the cover-ups, and that's why independent creators are thriving. At least someone is telling the truth. Sophie Cunningham has become living proof that the WNBA's control tactics backfire spectacularly. Every fine meant to silence her only amplifies her voice. Every attempt to turn fans against her just boosts her visibility and strengthens her brand. The league wants her to be a problem, but she's flipping that label into marketability. Ironically, she's becoming one of their biggest personalities, and they can't script it any better, and this ties directly back to Caitlin Clark. The same league trying to muzzle Sophie is letting its biggest star take hit after hit with little to no protection. That's not just careless, it's sabotage. You'd think they'd give Caitlin the kind of golden whistle Paige Bueckers enjoys, shielding her from dangerous fouls and flagrant hits. But no, they're too busy writing up fines for Sophie. The very player keeping their ratings alive is the one left unprotected. The whole situation reeks of desperation. Paige is treated like royalty, while Caitlin gets a nightly WWE-style beatdown. Meanwhile, Sophie has mastered the villain role. Every fine, every online jab fuels her engagement. She cracks jokes on Instagram, drops viral TikToks, and builds her brand, all while the league accidentally bankrolls it. And Caitlin? She's caught in the middle. She's the league's biggest draw, yet somehow still a target. Every game she plays boosts attendance, triples TV ratings, and forces ESPN to pay attention. She sells out arenas, but still gets hacked night after night. Paige strolls in with superstar protection, but question her whistle, as Sophie did, and you're fined. That's not competition. That's favoritism on steroid. Fans see it. They are not happy. And the result is obvious, the WNBA has no real strategy. They pick favorites, punish the wrong players, and make the league look ridiculous in the process. Meanwhile, Sophie Cunningham keeps playing chess while the league plays checkers. Every fine becomes a viral moment. Every backlash fuels her empire. Fans may be divided, some calling her dirty, others calling her a hero, but everyone knows her name. And that's the one thing the WNBA can't take away, no matter how hard they try.